This is Dolany TV, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. Welcome into another edition of Edmonton Oilers discussion here on the channel on what's turned into an alright day in southern Alberta. It started out rainy, started out dreary, and here we are. Sunshine, blue sky, wind, and oh yes, you betcha, slow pitch on the docket for tonight as well. However, number one, I'm in town nice and early today. That means I could stop at the post office and heck yeah, grab my new hoodie I ordered off of that online merch store that I threw together there towards the end of the regular season. So, throughout the next little bit, hopefully show you guys a little bit more what I got. I also got a tank top, you know, those white tank tops I'm wearing all the time when it's super hot outside, so I claim. Well, got one Dolany TV edition as well, and of course Legendary, right? Anyway, that's not why you're here. You're here for home ice advantage talk in the playoffs when it comes to your Edmonton Oilers, my Edmonton Oilers, everybody's Edmonton Oilers. Because if you don't cheer for Edmonton in the NHL, you're cheering for the wrong team. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going through looking for stuff. That is the subscribe bar. Do that if you want. I'm looking for this. I'm going through Twitter, looking for kind of the news of the day. And I know I've discussed home ice advantage with a ton of people already. And then all of a sudden, Daniel Nugent-Bowman, as we've kind of heard from Chicago, writing that Edmonton will have no home ice advantage. That's just mental gymnastic games kind of they're playing. But Daniel Nugent-Bowman puts out, and I'm not sure if I've seen it. That's why I'm doing a video on it now. He puts out, not sure if this is out there. I'm told Oilers will only have use of their dressing room and bench if they're designated as the home team for a particular game. So, yeah, you want to read into that one more time? I'll flash it one more time for you. The Oilers will only have use of their dressing room and bench if they're designated as the home team for a particular game. So technically speaking, however they work the best of fives, we should have home ice advantage 3 out of 5 games. That's a guarantee. How those 3 out of 5 games will shake down, I'm not 100% sure, but isn't that going to be strange, my friends, to watch the Oilers come out of the ice, not in their regular spot? How do you do pre-game intros? I don't know how you do that, especially when you've got the whole situation, right? If the Oilers come out on the ice as the away team, what's Chicago going to do for a playoff entrance on their bench? Right? You following the logic here? That like this is going to be the absolutely interesting part of these playoffs, is now that you've got confirmation that the Oilers will be treated as a true away team, and that's fair, right? That makes 100% sense that the Oilers will be treated as an away team. I'm not complaining about that, but it's just, guys, when we watch the Oilers in Edmonton, when we watch the Oilers play on Rogers Place ice, they are the home team. They are never the away team when we watch them play on Rogers Place ice under that giant jumbotron. They are never the away team. So that's going to be a very, very, very strange thing to get over when it comes down to things here in the playoffs, is watching the Oilers on that visitor bench, kind of watching them, something doesn't seem right here. They're going down the wrong side of the ice every period. It's it's going to be very, very interesting. That is for sure. So, I guess more broadly, what does that mean for the Oilers being treated as an away team in their own building? That we've covered that. The home ice advantage doesn't come from the bench, the dressing room, I don't think, in this series, and in the series moving forward through rounds 1 through 4. Really, the home ice advantage will come in the fact, and it's obvious if you've played hockey, it's obvious if you've skated on a rink and you know how the boards bounce. It's exactly that, right? How the rink skates, how the ice works, and of course how the boards bounce. That is where your true home ice advantage will have to come from in these playoffs, right? Obviously, yeah, if you had fans in the stands, if you had your team entrance every game, if you had, of course, the home locker room locked up for game 1 through whatever it takes to get to the Stanley Cup final and lift the Stanley Cup, sure, that's home ice advantage and that's fair. Problem is, right, we're in this whole hub city lockdown situation, bubble situation, where, no, they're trying to make it as fair, as perfect for every other team that's coming to that bubble. And obviously, right off the bat, it's going to be 12 teams, down to 8, then down to 4, 2, and then 2 again. But actually, I guess it would be 8, and then down to 2. Or, no, 4. Math. Why am I? You guys have gotten that explained to you enough times already. I don't need to explain that. I lost my train of thought there, but you get what I mean, right? It's the Oilers don't have that home feel, I guess you could say, home field advantage, but home ice advantage still very much possible if they know they're in tune with the boards. And guess what? Do you see any other team right now? This is the big point, especially right now, because we're in the summer. And it's not very often we're talking about full ice sheet, lots of players on the ice every single day, skating at Rogers Place. We're in July. July 8th. We don't talk about that very often, all right? That's a pretty COVID thing to talk about. And here we are, July 8th. We've got several groups a day going through skates on Rogers Place ice, and they're all Oilers. None of them are, I don't know, New York Rangers, I don't know, Anaheim Ducks. Oh, the Ducks are out of it. Poor them. Let's go. Let's go win the cup. If Ryan Kessler ain't gonna pull open. Oh wait, Cam Talbot doesn't play for us either. We're good. We're good. We're covered there. But you get the point, right? Is no other team is out there training, practicing, getting ready for the playoffs on our ice. Even when it comes to training camp, they won't be on our ice, and that's huge. Because that gives us what? We've been going through phase 2 since middle of June. So here we are now, middle of July, and training camp's just about to open. There are going to be guys on this Oilers team that could probably throw a puck at the boards blindfolded and have it on their stick on the bounce back. No doubt. Honestly, the amount these guys have played not only since September on this ice, but the amount they've practiced on this ice in the past few weeks, 100%. Then you go through training camp. You're kidding me. If the ice and the boards and the glass and the just arena, how maybe crosswinds, I don't know, drafts, whatever you want to say, the building itself, the ice and the boards and the glass, that will be the Oilers' home ice advantage. I'm not worried about not having the home dressing room, not worried about not having the home bench. Yes, it sucks, but it's the necessary evil to have playoffs, I guess. If the Oilers wanted to make a point of having home bench all through and home dressing room all through, we're probably, knowing the NHL and how things work sometimes, probably not having playoffs in Edmonton. Now that might be an exaggeration to a point, but you get what I mean, right? No, the Oilers didn't stick their feet in the mud and say, nope, we can't do a hub city if we can't have our dressing room every game. Instead, here we are, we've got playoffs coming. We're total at 23 days away. Ooh, man, 23 days away. And here we are getting ready to play on the visitor bench for probably half of the playoffs. And that's fine because, as I said, it's going to come down to who knows the boards, who knows the ice, and who knows the building in general the best. And of course, the end of the day, the real question here is bubble life. Because bubble life is going to last in its fullest extent for 5 weeks or whatever it takes to get to the conference finals. And then you open it up and your family comes back flooding in and hopefully everything's hunky-dory and we're good to go and we don't have any COVID cases that cancel the conference finals and Stanley Cup finals and we can get a Stanley Cup champion. The Oilers lift the cup. Connor McDavid celebrates his first cup with the Oilers. And all of this misery we've gone through for the past, if you want to extend it to 30 years, I open it up to you. I personally haven't suffered that, so I can't say if it's been misery. But ladies and gentlemen, we're this much closer and we're this far away, I guess would be the other word. This much closer and this far away from having our answers, from having our glory, and from having hockey back. I've been talking about it all day at work, all day at the dentist's office, and here I am talking about it all day with you as well. Ladies and gentlemen, you have yourselves a great evening, my friends. I'm going to head on out. I'm going to take this hoodie off, stick it up in the closet, and not let any of the cats touch it any further than they already have, so as I can actually have it in pristine shape still. And then I'm going to go play some slow pitch. So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure to hit that subscribe button on your way out. Have yourselves a dandy evening. I'm Tyson. This is Stolany TV. I am up on out of here.